Hello, is that working? That one's working. Nick's subscriber message was weird when he was high.
Oh, now we can't see.
I know.
Black
Meters.
screen over on your Twitch now.
Currently is, yes. They can hear us though. What is the desktop one?
I'm just gonna
output.
open like a feet to meters.
Wow, my
calculator
thing
on my
got.
phone for this.
Do you not know feet?
You don't know.
No,
feet?
all I know is
They're on
metric.
the bottom of
You
your
don't know
legs.
feet.
Are you not from America, Tim?
No.
Oh,
I'm
no,
from
they're in Canada.
Oh,
What?
but you don't know metric
I know
still?
feet and I don't know
Yeah.
metric.
It's only 90.
Leah's
90
secretly
meters?
American.
For what?
Oh, that's
300
right.
feet?
In America.
300 feet? That's like one football field. Think of that.
Leah's
Hey,
secretly
welcome. Thank you for the
American.
follower. Oh gosh, it doesn't have a. Oh no, I don't have a thing.
Jeez.
I don't know where to look at
D&D
that. Oh,
Pogman, thank you for the follow.
is it
I know
Pogman?
you're following me, but I'll thank you for Caden.
Well, I know. I don't know. I can't see it. It doesn't come up in a. I don't have a box for it anymore. I missed it. Thank you for the follow, Pogman. Oh, it's on Twitch. Thank you, Pogman. Oh dear, what's happening? Great question. I'm having technical
How do I
difficulties.
look, yellow man?
You can
But-
finally hear the god.
From here, we'll continue.
Ryan,
So
no,
basically,
I'm
you
not
guys-
gonna be your little
You're in a
podcast. Shut up.
massive room with 7 golden statues. These are the same. It seems to be the same figures that were across the other places you've been as well. The temple on, or the like labyrinth on Hone, the structure over on Dahl's home planet that I'm blanking on the name of currently, and
Ilterra?
so, yeah, Delterra, something like that.
Delterra.
Maybe Dalterra because that's funnier. But yeah, with that, we are gonna pop back in. You guys are in this room, sitting in front of the terminal. You just inputted the correct pattern of runes. The door you guys entered from begins to open up, and the door ahead of you, behind this 7th statue, which is like a bard-like figure, also opens up. Ace is here! Woo!
Nick?
He's alive!
Welcome.
Hi, Nick.
I wish I was.
Hi, Nick.
I wish I wasn't. F. But yeah, you guys.
Squidward.
You guys are, it's up to you. There is this room that opens up, though it's just beginning to light up some extra lights in there. What would you like to do?
Uh-oh.
Get Nick caught up.
Yeah.
Leah, the
Oh, no, it says
unresistible
lagging.
urge to just say
Oh.
your mom every time someone says something.
Right? Me too.
Something.
Every-
What are we doing, guys?
Something.
Your mom.
I said, well, maybe we should get Nick caught up.
Well, Nick, were you listening to the slight recap we had?
Oh.
No.
Nope.
No.
Basically, you guys are in an undersea floating islands
Nice
hidden
hair,
base,
Nick.
going
Oh.
trying to find
That hair! Sorry.
trying to find a way to reactivate a broken down portal that Haas, one of your old party mates' brothers, discovered the location of.
Sorry.
We'll have to
Yes.
see, Pogman.
No, Mom
All right.
attacked me again.
Again?
Aureliana wants your ass, Autumn.
No, she can't have it.
Aureliana might be a lesbian.
I mean, I'm not. That's
Is
I'm
my
not-
daughter a lesbian? Find out next week.
Yes.
So with that, you guys want to enter into this new space? Both doors are open. You guys can leave if you like, or you can go further into this building.
Let's keep it walking.
Keep a
I
walking.
want to explore, but I want to see what the rest of the party wants to do because fools. There's no analogies for rats being scared.
I think
Caleb,
you're
what
right.
the fuck are you doing?
She's looking at herself on a camera.
My tongue is blue. From the Gatorade.
From the Gatorade.
Caleb said there's no
From
worry
the
about you.
Gatorade.
Oh my god.
happened?
So you guys begin taking the path down this extra hallway. The
Like
door,
Sharon
the
Platt?
door is a little bit bigger, and the hallway is more eccentric. There's actually like gold instead of the sconces being sort of silvery and things like that. The sconces are getting gold. It seems to be more royal, more ceremonial down this path. As the lights begin to flicker, they're struggling to turn on. You can tell that the power is not fully back into its full state. You guys
I'm
are
so
walking.
glad my brain autocorrects things.
Thank you.
because you said bigger at the same
Oh,
time Elliot said, at the same time Elliot said no, and it came across really bad.
no.
Did they
Oh,
say
no.
Gatorade?
Sounded very much like it, and I hope it didn't get on stream. I,
Is-
thought it was
is-
just
I
my
don't
brain.
think so.
Is
Mine and Elliot's
Gatorade
voices.
gay juice?
No, it's not. With that though, you guys are going down the hallway. Gold sconces, different sort of an elaborate floor pattern of this marble-esque stone, though the colors have a lot more blue in them. It's blue and
Only
sort of a
rich people use
white.
Marble.
Exactly.
Marble's not even that good looking.
It's not. Unless you get like a nice dark marble. A dark marble can
yeah,
look
like
good.
white marble, that shit's
What?
ugly as
No,
fuck.
a
But it
light,
can be.
a light marble,
What?
like with some grays,
I'm
nice.
with Tim on this. I like.
Can we
I like
fight?
Now,
Why
especially, it looks
everybody
terrible if you
not?
especially
This
add
is
brown
too
into
much,
that
this is
mix.
too much.
Oh, black with
It's
gonna be
taking up
funny.
the
like black
entire
with
Little
thing out of it.
accent of
Marble.
white marble.
All right,
Yeah,
moving
like-
on to the next part.
Okay, this other house is just filled with white.
You guys
Oh, okay,
are
yeah.
moving
No.
down, and you begin. It's probably like an extra 50-foot long hallway, another segmented space. You guys are going down, and there's another door in it. This door, however, is just the same as the first one. Varactorum walks up, presses the open, like so does the open up swipe for everyone, and this door opens up, and this room is different. The room's large and square. It is probably like almost 70 feet tall, but it is probably only 100 by 100 in its length. There are 7 chairs, and for those that you can assume, there's 7 people. There's other 7 figures in the room, but there's also something that seems to be added later due to the fact that the stone's a different color, and the runes seem different. There are 4 pillars in here, that those of you that went to Delterra have seen before. These are the pillars that were some form of anchor point that has been destroyed. But these ones are a little bit different. There are 4 of them set up in each corner of the room. They're larger and crested with this gold crown and have large runes that are glowing this deep blue light going down all sides of it.
Mhm.
Brian, what the frick?
Not Minecraft, Brian, I'm sorry.
I'm doing
Minecraft.
now.
So, what would you guys like to do?
I dropped my pencil.
It's a very weird thing to do.
I'm gonna drop my
But,
pencil.
Can I like investigate these runes? I like to like take rubbings in them or whatnot.
Can I read them?
Sure, yeah, if you guys
Can
would
we,
like.
yeah, can we ask text what they say?
So looking at them text, they're not a language, they're magical. They're definitely runes of power and abilities. Though looking at it, you're a warlock, right?
Yes.
Looking at it, you know some runes, you kind of understand these sort of things. They're a lot more about based location, and teleportation, or not more teleportation, but transference, moving things through space and time.
Is
Teleportation.
that what teleportation is?
Not exactly, because you guys don't know what it is, but I don't want to ruin it. But it's not teleportation.
Okay. Well, I will relay that information to the rest of the class.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank
You
you.
can also see there are on the 7 chairs. There are labels, and there's like different labels on them. However, I believe 2 of them do have a sort of like a gravestone next to their name,
Oh shit.
and it
Sorry,
has
I missed this part. There's 7 chairs?
yeah. There's 7 chairs set up in
Yeah,
the
we're
center of this
playing
room.
musical chairs.
Okay, got it.
There are 8 of
I
you, I
call the
think.
one without the graves.
Yeah, but there are 2 that have passed
know.
away, as it seems.
I like graves.
Passed away.
So I'm just gonna
Bird.
scribble that down.
There's a bird.
Yeah, you missed it all. From there, you guys have this room up and open to yourselves. What would you like to inspect, look at, and do? So you've read these different sort of rooms on the side. Please stop. I'm taking notes with this.
I want to pop a squat in a chair.
All right, so there's 7 of them. Are you gonna try to pick the one dead center? That it sort of has it's a little bit larger,
Oh, wait.
has a sort of golden top to it almost.
Mhm.
It is labeled with the name Fawny. Phauni.
That's a weird way
Sonic.
to say Tawny from whatever state that's from. Arizona, I think.
I don't know.
Tawny, Arizona.
Do you pop a squat in it, Nick?
I'll pop a squat.
So yeah, you sit down. It's not the most comfortable chair for you,
Council
matter.
has to decide your fate.
but it's very elegant, nice, delicate stonework, and this beautiful golden cap, gold work put on top.
No cap.
No cap.
No
Or
cap?
it has a cap actually. I lied.
No head,
Well,
Damn.
you did cap.
I did
Yeah,
cap.
he was capping.
I was
Damn.
capping.
so no head.
No head.
How do you do that?
So no head.
I mean, Kaylin. If you were asking.
Oh my god. That look from Caden. What's the pickle?
No, you don't get any.
All right.
Look at the bird.
He's having fun.
It's dull.
No.
What are you guys doing?
No.
Brian.
Um,
Oh my gosh.
I have to resist that urge every
just
time.
straight.
someone
What
says
are
do
you,
wanna do.
liberal?
Brian did say
I
that.
think I'm gonna pop a squat too.
You're gonna take a squat. All right. Which one would you like to sit in?
So I want to take the one on the left, the far end left.
Far and left. So you go up.
Yeah.
There is a plaque, and it says Darmpoa. Darmpoa. I don't know how to pronounce these names. And this is one of the ones with a gravestone next to it, basically, or not even a gravestone. It's like a
Aw.
plaque that says. It has it in a different language, but it has like a time and it has a date on it, and so you can kind of assume that it's a gravestone or it's sort of a homage to someone.
I mean, that makes sense.
Can I
The same
cast
thing-
detect magic?
Sure, if you cast detect magic, there is a bright light, a very powerful energy from the 4 pillars. The 4 pillars have I think it's I want to say it's transmutation would make the most sense for it. But a transmutation energy coming off all 4 of those pillars, and they seem to be sort of linked together, as well
Are
as
you
a.
telling me that trans people get mutated?
I mean,
what?
There's also a lot of energy going up and down from this location as well.
Oh yeah,
Elliot,
happy
is
Game
this
Month,
true?
folks.
Happy
I
game
love
month.
Game Month.
Happy month, Game
I
month.
know we've got quite a few.
I know we've got a quite.
Caden, will you be gay?
But
No.
anything from the chairs?
Homo.
Not
Phobia.
really. The chairs might have a small like enchantment for protecting them, like protecting their making sure they don't decay.
It looks like.
But beyond that, there's
Like,
nothing
making sure that
magically and there's nothing inherently magical about them.
It's making sure that
Okay.
the assholder doesn't fall apart.
Caden's homophobic confirmed.
I would like to sneak attack one of the chairs.
It's a critical hit.
Yeah, one
Did I
stealing
roll?
chairs, one stealing carpet.
It's a chair.
No, birds don't get
Just
to eat
share.
cookies. Go up there.
Like that one scene from Critical Role where they just would not let the chair alone for 30 minutes.
I'm gonna take a
I-
bird.
Leah,
All right.
I deadass thought you were gonna say mom.
I'm gonna take a
The bird.
I'm tempted to investigate all the chairs, but that's gonna take a while for me to
Well,
write all this down. So
If you want me to, I can just go off the names. So each one that
Ooh,
has
names? Yes.
they each of them have a name on it, basically, a golden plated name, and then there is, I guess, Tex can read it, and then and like Varactorum and them can read it, but there's a name and a small plaque with a job title, basically.
Can you go left or right?
Yeah. So
Cashier.
I'm just gonna give you the names. I have them in a weird order. So
Yep.
Dampo has guardian on it, basically. Delil, protector. Silazuth, magician. Jacampe, I guess would be just best
Jacampe?
translation would be assassin.
Pee.
Tiip, Tiip would be nature's lady. Zlazozemp would be another magician. You got Dubus, which was another one of the people with the date of death, or like a time of death, basically. It is a ranger. And then Fawny, who has musician on it, which is right in the
Sounds
dead
like
center.
slurs.
They're not.
It's kind of funny.
They're all randomly generated names.
Sorry,
Does
what was the
someone-
middle one?
Did someone visit
Jacompe?
fantasynamegenerators.com?
So sure did.
Do we have do we have the middle one?
Is that Jacompe, the assassin?
Are
Alright,
these like
yeah,
phase members? What?
Could be.
Phase Jacumpy?
Jacompe.
Work
Comfy.
on
I don't know how you pronounce it.
nice
Jakkampe. Jacompe. That was the
Comfy.
best I got.
Jump in the line.
I like comfy. That's funny.
So with that,
We have no need to jump in.
Vractorum, you can see Vractorum standing there with a shock in her face. As Vractorum is sitting there, she speaks up to you guys. She's like, "This is seven of the council members from when I was a part of when I was still working for everything. There, however, used to be 12. I don't know what happened to the others."
I look at Bractorum like, wait, you were a part of this? Because she
You
was
mean
keeping
when
it
you
secret.
were in
She was just
school?
openly saying about it. Like,
She goes,
wait a
when I she gets like
When-
flustered. She's like,
when you were
when
studying.
yes, when I was studying. She like turns and like looks at the doorway.
Alright. Uh-huh. The lies so far have always just been terrible.
Yeah.
she was just like
It's
flustered,
like Capellia
"So
lying
sorry."
right now.
After she just trained me. I'm really obedient.
You taught the rat how to talk.
Remy!
Hey, do we still? And I know I haven't been to a D&D session in like the longest fucking time, but do we still have that little gross creature that Kaylin?
Thisbe,
liked
yeah.
That they kept...
He's
Yeah.
not with
Oh,
you. He's
wait,
on the
I
ship
forgot
still.
about Thisbe.
We still have Thisbe.
He's on the ship.
I'm scared
I
Scruffle.
completely forgot about Thisbe.
I'm scared that Thisbe will
forget
want
about
to eat
Thisbe?
Scruffles, but
Did everyone else forget about Thisbe?
I didn't forget about Thisbe. I'm scared that
I forgot about Thisbe.
I'm scared
Me too.
Thisbe wants to eat me. I'm
I never knew
I'm
about
probably a very
Thisbe.
tasty snack for him.
So Vractorium will take the time. She's looking around this room, reminiscing on her
I'm
past.
disappointed in y'all. We have a kid.
She walks up to
Not my
the
kid.
4 pillars, and she basically is like studying them. And she goes, she was with you at Delterra. She looks at Delterra and is basically like running her hands over the statue, looking at it, reading, trying to understand these runes. And she basically is just like sitting there. She's like, I think these are a project they were working on before the temple was attacked on Hone.
Hey, fucking. Oh, sorry.
She's like, I
What
think
the fuck was that, Kaylin?
we might be able to. Oh,
Is
jeez.
that the face
We
from
might
the
be
dome
able
that
to reactivate these. Possibly. She goes up. She puts her hands on this pillar. And I should open up her thing to be able to roll for her. You see her just like kind of preparing herself. And she puts a cantrip. And she just puts some magical energy through a cantrip into this. You see the pattern spark and like energy flow in like a ripple effect almost across the runes from where she was touching, and the lights sort of flicker, and you guys hear a low hum go across the room as everything brightens back up.
So it's an electrical hum, not someone humming.
It almost sounds like someone humming.
Oh,
Rise in Bloodborne.
Yeah, not
like that. So are we good to go? Is it activated?
she's like, that didn't activate anything, it doesn't seem. With your detect magic, Autumn, as well, you can tell these 4 pillars are not connected to the impending system.
to the mainframe.
Kaylin!
So we can't lightning bolt these.
Ryan, why?
You could, because they're still absorbing energy. The issue is it's not like you can activate it from the terminal that activates the doors and everything else in this building.
Alright.
Do we need to go around and activate generators like some knockoff horror game?
No, you do not. As you guys are sitting there, there's also, I forgot to mention the detail on the floor. You guys have, I don't know if you guys remember, but in each of the teleportation areas, there is that center floor panel, like a circular panel with a design on it, and some rooms across it. That is also in the center of this building as well, the center floor there. But this one's a little bit larger and actually has more symbols across it, more patterns and things like that. It seems a little bit fancier. Also encrusted with gold, probably, because why not?
Kaylin, is that an Among Us?
Yes, it's Among Us throwing it back.
Kaylin, I hate you.
I was gonna
That's
throw it
fair.
back to you, and I was like, no.
In the chat.
In general?
No, in the Twitch chat.
This crewmate got the booty. Wow.
God damn.
So, is there anything you guys would like to do or try?
Yeah, never mind.
First I'm hearing of these. So, is there anything that we did with the last one?
So you want to ask the party if they did anything with the previous, like, pillars?
Yeah.
Uh,
Or like with
actually-
the circular part you're talking about there.
Vrakturm will turn to you and say, well, in our other adventures, we have found these are essentially teleportation circles, yet they're powered by technology. Thus, they can only teleport to one area, but they can teleport across planets.
Is
Which,
it any
for you-
reason one-
Hmm?
Is it any wonder that people are afraid of technology?
Technology. But for you,
Technology.
Isa, you've never heard of teleportation. Well, you've heard of teleportation across planets. It's a magical ability, but it's very time consuming, very expensive, and easy to mess up. With the prevalence of technology like planes or like spaceships and things like that, and jump relays that can take you across the solar system in matters of minutes and days for a quarter of the price. That's really what's picked up for most people. But this, you can also tell that this is very old, obviously. So knowing that that happened in the past is kind of strange.
So it's a matter of for the elite essentially. The elite of the elite need to get places quick.
You don't know that because it is not from your culture. It's from a past civilization. You don't know how
Okay.
often they used it.
Yeah, stop
All
trying
right.
to appropriate the culture, dude.
You don't know them.
hang on. Back up here.
Take a step back.
So do we get to do
Vrakturm
something with the pillars?
Vrakturm says, basically goes, I don't know if there is a particular spell or if we need an enchanted item to activate these pillars. I know they've had things in the past that required, she goes like, in the past that required enchanted items as a form of verification. I don't know if we'd be able to do anything with these without knowing that. That's Dale, Nick's brother. She's like, I think the best thing to do is figure out why this isn't linked up with the rest of the network properly, why it's not connected.
Oh my god.
It's Dale.
Oh my god.
We interrupt your
That's
regular
gonna
broadcasting
shit.
to bring you this.
Child.
I'm terrified.
It's an it's an elbow,
Or
don't
is that
worry.
None of us would know
It's an
how to
elbow.
connect that sort of thing, I assume.
Could I attempt to like make an intelligence check to see if I could figure out a way that we could connect them, or like how we could get this powered up?
Roll me one Arcana check and one intelligence check. Yeah, you need both though,
Alright, got
because
it.
this is a technology beyond you and beyond
I'm
your
aware.
civilization.
Alright,
Double nat
cool.
20s in a row, let's see it.
Please.
Alright, well, I have a plus 10 to Arcana, so.
God damn.
Damn.
God damn.
Artificers, man, we smart. That's
God damn.
Are you
26.
saying that I'm not smart?
No, I'm not saying that you're not an artificer, that's what I'm saying.
My intelligence is 15.
Mine's 20!
I'm an
Nope.
artificer.
What's your
26.
intelligence, Leah?
I am too.
26 and 26 or
Holy
26 and what?
shit. Why
I
are there
know
so
a lot
many
of
artificers?
on this
We have a lot of
party.
artificers.
Are you
I'm
226s, Autumn?
I'm throwing the other one.
Okay, how's it say?
Out your window? I just got a really bad headache. What the fuck?
Get right.
What?
Well, don't do that.
Ellie, you okay?
My eyes are in
Straight
pain.
intelligence?
Yep, just straight intelligence check.
Seven, 17 for the other one.
17, 26 and 17. So, as for your, so you first take a step just like with your
Detect magic?
detect magic. You're looking at this, just kind of going over trying to figure out how it works. Reading through the runes, they're not really understandable because they're magical. But you get an idea that whatever's causing this is preventing the system to be able to properly communicate with the rest. It seems that the connection or the amount of energy they have is not powerful enough. How you would power it up, though, you don't imagine just feeding it raw energy. You need to find a way to connect it.
out of context, out of player
The
to
chairs.
DM, out of player DM, kind of like the thing that we had. What was her name? The dragon make for the one that we had back on home. Kinda
No,
like
because
something like that?
the one back on home was a power cell to power up the whole building. This seems like imagine basically we have a TV down here, an old TV that needs an antenna. The antenna sucks for some reason, so you have to go outside, refix your antenna outside to get proper satellite connection, and then it works again. The TV is just basically not having enough signal to properly connect and transmit literal human bodies across dimensions, basically. That's what you're running into.
So theoretically, it could still work. But
Yes.
It'd just be really, really shitty.
You would become like a pile of mush if you put enough energy into it, basically, and you'd be sent across the universe.
Fun.
That sounds like a good time to me.
Oh, it's such a smart idea.
Does Rakturum know anything about this kind of building? If there's any sort of
Vrakturum would.
I'll
Vrak-
relay that to the rest of the party
Yeah.
then.
If you ask Vrakturum, Isa, Vrakturum says, I don't know. This seems to be built after. She's like, goes to a book. I mean, after my main study. I love this joke of Vrakturum just sucks at lying. I'm sorry, I keep going back to him. I just love it.
I love it.
this wasn't in the Spark notes.
She's just basically goes, I don't know of this building or how it functions properly, but if it's anything like other structures they had at the time, there's probably a relay at another point in on the island somewhere that is actually its main form of passage to the building, sort of their communication or antenna.
We know of a way to get to it.
Your submarine would be about
Like
all.
where it would be.
That I can't say. It has to be close to here, because the closest it is, the easier it is to build. But it also would need to be protected. I imagine she looks at Capelia, Tex, Ace, and Kulana, because you guys all went to Delterra, I believe. It's going to be similar to those towers we saw on Delterra.
It's a big ass horsefly on my wall.
So if we want to head back, if we want to inspect the room the rest of the way, we can. But if we want to head back anywhere, I imagine if we explored the top area, we could probably figure out more of this.
Alright.
No, stop leaning, you fuckers.
What would you guys like to do then? Actually,
So
in the
there's another-
meantime,
I'll kill you.
Ace,
Not even worried
I
about
need to roll dice.
What's up?
I'm gonna have 3 of you roll a dice. Ace, you're gonna be one of them because you're a person.
a funny guy.
And then it's gonna be Copelia
what
and
kinda-
Tex. You guys have an opportunity. You all need to make perception checks. I'm sorry, I rolled dice. You didn't get the. you didn't get the-
Okay. Let me open up D&D.
You going in
there?
I need you guys to roll me a perception check.
Damn, alright.
Sorry,
Boom.
who again? I was looking at something.
Ace, Copelia, and Tex.
Okay.
17.
Hey, what's 18 plus 7?
25.
15, 25, 15.
Tim,
21.
are you okay?
Leave me alone.
You forgot to. You
math
forgot
is
to carry the
not
one. You
fun.
forgot
It
to
was
carry
like
the
my
one. That's it.
17.
17. Yeah, 25. Copelia, what'd you get?
11.
Hold on, it's loading.
Fair.
What
Shit,
yay?
Massive
Fucker.
What do I win?
What?
A sad feeling.
What are you
doing?
What am I rolling?
Perception
You got a
check.
bird in your shirt there.
Nick,
Yeah,
did you roll your perception check?
Button. I did. I got 17.
17. Okay.
Roll, please. Oh my god, why is it rolling so slow? So,
Your mom.
Hey, don't put your head in my mouth, stupid.
I got 14.
14. Wow, we all suck. So the only person that really knows anything, Tex.
Yay.
While you're just sitting there talking, you hear a loud splash coming from the hallway. Like down the hall, there is a large
Yeah.
sound of water like splashing around almost.
Uh-oh.
Pool party.
Can I go investigate?
Sure. You want to just like you can imagine the only place where there's water in this building is where you guys entered from, that big old room with a massive hole in the ground.
Where you going, friend?
Do you want to go down that way?
Sure.
Where you going, friend? Do I notice him leave?
Yeah, probably. You guys.
Where you going, friend?
That's to you, Tex.
That's the
Friend
cat.
continues.
Friend, no.
Where you going, friend?
We're not friends. Shut up.
Gonna go check something out. I'll be back.
Do you need a company?
Aiden, is that a fucking bar in your background? Hold up. I just looked at your background. That's pretty dope, bro.
It's very annoying.
It is.
I wish it didn't have it.
I noticed it like a while ago and I never knew.
Yeah, it is, but they just put stuff behind it, and I wish I could remove that in the couch and just have a space to play VR. I'd prefer that. And then put up a green screen so I could have no background. That would be
nice.
preferable, but I'm not allowed to do that.
When we move out.
So yeah, Tex, when you start walking down that hallway, you go all the way down.
No.
There is no signs of life. You pass these a dead minotaur and 2 skeletons, still both there. Piles completely gone. When you get into the main like landing bay, I guess you would call it, there's just your ship. Your ship's just sitting there bobbing with the ocean as it goes. Is there anything you want to look for or do?
Let me see what I can do.
I'm used to blending my fingers.
Okay.
So real.
Oh, also for future reference, I forget who our captain's name is.
Moros.
Moros. Is Moros's lantern fire based or is it like electrical?
It's magical. It's not fire
Okay.
or electricity, but it has a blue hue to it.
All right.
Souls. It's made of souls.
I guess I'm just gonna look for anything that might be alive. Just gonna investigate.
All right,
How
roll
big
me.
do the splash sound?
It sounded a fair size, though it sounded very far away, and you don't know how much the echoes affected it. If you'd like to roll me a investigation check for the area, go ahead and do that.
What's 15 plus 7?
22. Looking around, you can tell whatever happened here, something like made a large splash, and there is definitely an area around this that has more puddles of water than when you came in.
Did somebody's water break?
There's
It's dark. It's dark rock.
roll me a survival check as well real quick, and I'll see if you catch on to one smaller detail.
Another
Oh,
skill
no.
I have a plus 7 in.
There you go, man.
Yes.
You're clutching it
Plus
out.
7?
What? 15.
15. So you see some boot prints, but you can't tell if that's yours or someone else's. It is right in the area you guys were walking through, so it could easily be yours. But there might have been other movement. You don't know.
All right.
Ooh, I don't like that idea.
I'm gonna head back to the group, but I'm gonna keep that in mind,
All right, got it.
and I'm gonna be a little more alert.
So Moros basically speaks up to you guys, and she's like, well, if you guys want to explore the top of the island, I have a perfectly fine submersible, and we have all the time in the world, so we can do that for a while if you'd like. I have a couple.
Yeah, you just want our money.
No, you guys already paid
He
her.
wants to stay here longer.
She doesn't care. You've already paid her. You basically, she goes, I have some dive suits that we can use and actually explore the area. They are luckily magical capable, so you guys can use spells and things through it without any worries. So if there's anything up there that you need these weird terminals that need magic to repower or all this weird technology stuff, you're good to go.
I elect that the robots don't go because they'll just sink.
Yeah, I guess you would, wouldn't you?
What if, okay, is
Is
there
the
a
game gonna split
tiny-
up?
Wait. What if we have a tiny dive suit?
There's not one for the rat. We can get you a plastic
No.
bag.
Wait, does Kulana now know about...
Scruffles just gets out.
No.
No.
What?
you weren't
Kilana's
there.
in the dark.
Neither does Nick.
Yeah, Kulana and Ace do not know about
Oh,
Sir
right.
Stibblesnap because you guys were not there.
You're fast asleep.
You just see a warforged. You don't know about the cheese brain
So
behind
you
it.
guys then walk back. You probably catch Tex along the way as you're going down there. You walk back to the ship. You basically pop in there. I think Varakturum stays behind to kind of look over stuff, and she'll keep. There's actually no other NPCs. I forgot about that. She'll stay behind and read over some of the stuff. But you guys hop back down and you go around this island. Now this island again, massive, huge chunk of rock. It actually, how it's built, it looks like it is a crust of the earth that kind of would become like a wavy upprint into a mountain that kind of broke off and started to float. Is the best way to kind of describe what it looks like. So there's these large sweeping rolling like patterns in it. When you go to the surface though, there is a large area of trees that they're not trees of any other planet. For you guys at home, you've always imagined trees as these tall, stocky things, but these are very, very wide, sort of like bonsai trees, but the leaves are seaweed-esque. They're very floaty in this water, trying to get as much distance away as possible. The ground covered in seaweed and a moss-like material. Bushes that are sort of normal, but much denser and much more compact and held together, and it seems like there's some life of like salamanders or different types of frogs or creatures that can be underwater for long periods of time there. You also
Not there, right?
What's up?
My character's not there.
No, your character's on the ship. You guys are in a submersible.
Dude, I want to collect a salamander. Can I collect a salamander?
You are on a submarine, so unless you go out in one of the diving suits to help
Hey man, if that's what it takes to get a salamander, I mean, I'm here to do whatever.
So yeah, you guys basically load up there. You go up there, and Moros is like, I have a waypoint on that entrance we took. I'll try to go directly above it for to try to spot this tower or whatever you're looking for. But we can go that way. She kind of looks over. Actually, Varakturum didn't come with you, so I think the person that would know most, Ace. Whenever you were gone, you stayed back with Varakturum on Delterra, so you know a little bit about these towers. So actually, you're probably gonna be one of the best people to go out there. They are what Varakturum was explaining to you is they're like waypoint locations or beacons that they would use in multitudes of designs. Though these ones seem to be updated. They're not what she's used to. They were sort of channels of power, different sort of waypoints and things for spells to be based off of and to emanate from, to have distance from projects and stuff to not hurt people for testing. And they made their way into everyday construction that they used. The one you're looking for is one of the ones that she probably described to you as an antenna or a like signal enhancer / sending thing used often to communicate through bases or things like that for easy access of activation of spells. Or if they were testing for demolition, they'd put one of these up in the center of an area, have one hundreds and thousands of feet away that they'd activate, send a signal to, and bam, it'd blow stuff up for mining. But the one up here seems to be down for whatever reason. It's not working properly. As you guys are floating over it, I'm going to have Moros make a investigation check and see if she's able to find it. Investigation. She does not have a great investigation. She didn't have a great roll. She's flying over this and she's like, I'm not seeing quite anything around here. It might be best if you guys get in one of the diving suits and go down there. Ace, you're fairly knowledgeable on this, it seems, and anyone else want to volunteer?
I'd be down.
You're okay, Keelan, you want to go? Fair thing. I'll take you over to the diving room and we'll get you suited up for it.
Nope. All right.
As you guys are doing this as well, you guys see a large shadow get cast over your ship real quick. Just this, this big haunting shadow. You can assume that it is the Leviathan you saw when you were entering this area, still guarding the location.
Is it?
It was
hostile?
friendly, wasn't it?
It didn't seem hostile to you, no.
Oh, it was friendly because of Victorum, though.
Varakturum explained to some people that she believed it wasn't only because it was. She believed that if she wasn't there, it wouldn't have hurt you unless you were aggressive.
Okay, good. Let's keep it that way.
Yes. None of you. No, I don't want to spoil that. Some of you would get that. No, I can't say that. I'd spoil something. You
I
guys.
didn't see what I said.
I did not. You guys load up onto the loading bay. So there's this sort of at the bottom of the ship. There is a bay that just drops down. There's 2 suits on either side. Ace, you get into one. You basically pull it on. It is a very basic diving suit with these massive tanks that cycle in oxygen and all that, and it has a big old spotlight on top of your head, basically, like it's a band of LEDs that just shine out.
Hell yeah.
You have your arms have like these propellers, or not propellers, like a propulsion jet that's sort of these small slits, so you can actually like Superman fly places.
Hell yeah, dude.
And they have weird contacts across your arms, so that any spells you need to cast through, you can. Exactly, except it would be the other way because they push back. With that, there are also like inflatable parts across your mid torso, so you like it sort of balances you out for the pressure. You and Kulana both lock up into it, and the door behind seals shuts, locks in place, and the room pressurizes.
I like the ocean.
You guys begin to fall below, and water, this very cold water begins to slowly go up higher and higher across your body, and then you're completely submerged. Moros, you guys hop off onto this sort of mossy land. Now, it's very slick, so any sort of movement you gotta be very careful with. You do have a swimming speed now, basically, but it's kind of awkward. You guys begin to fall, and I need both of you to make me a perception check. Real quick. The loading bay begins to load back up, and you guys see Moros entering in. She walks up to a terminal, and she pushes a button into it and says, all right, you guys are now out of the ship and doing your own stuff, so be careful.
It was
Perception.
oh, 20. Unnatural.
20? Okay, unnatural.
18.
18 as well. So yeah, you guys see that on your way down there is something between these like overgrown bushes and trees. You can see the top of an open faced pillar, basically, almost is the best way to describe
Did
it.
you find Atlantis?
No. You guys
Love
are
that movie.
you guys see it. It's probably about 400 500 feet away. So each of you guys kind of look over each other. If you speak, it instantly gets relayed right back to each other. You hear Moros over your intercom saying you're on your own. We'll be watching you from up here, but there's not much we can do. You guys were given the rundown on how to use it. You like pushing these buttons and you begin to pull yourself through the ocean. It's a very weird feeling
Is
because
this
it's like
Subnautica?
you're like trying to hold on all your weight.
It's Sea
It
Glide!
is kind of like a sea glide, yeah. Except you can do anywhere with both.
Yeah.
More Iron Man. If Iron Man and Sea Glide had a child, this would be it.
Cool.
You guys fly over there. It takes you about 25 minutes, probably, because it's a really awkward and slow form of travel for this. But what ends up happening is you guys get to this tower. Ace, you've seen these before. It is a very standard tower for what they had designed, though it seems a little worn down from the water. In the center, there is this dead, like one of these pillars and waystones, though it's a little bit taller, and it's just entirely dark, all of its runes. It's also covered, or it's not entirely dark. There's a faint blue glow, but it's nowhere near what it used to be. And it is covered with moss, with a weird mucusy slime, and I know, and just these plant growth all around it. What would you guys like to do?
Oh, I got a question real quick though. First, I'm not able to use my arm blade, am I?
If you
Because I'm in
use
the
your
suit.
arm blade in this, it would open up your suit and lead to leaking.
Okay, so that's not good. So I won't use that in case I
No,
need it.
but the suits do come with like a complimentary dagger and a sort of like stun pistol that you can use on things.
Complimentary.
It's
Okay,
just Subnautica!
no, it makes sense, okay, but it's not Subnautica. It-
It's this rifle!
It's not stasis. No, it like hits and blasts things back.
Aiden stealing ideas.
I'm not. I haven't even played Subnautica,
Thief.
but
Well,
it
you
comes with
should.
like a machete, more or less. It's not heat. It's not a heat blade. And it's not that high tech.
Well, there's a regular knife in Subnautica too.
There's a regular knife in hundreds of games.
That's true.
What would you guys like to do though?
I bet your
Keelan
mom
and
has
Ace?
a regular knife.
She does.
I kind of want to explore just a little. Like, I still want to focus, but at the same time, I kind of want to like. I'm like, hey, Ace, check this out.
Well, make a perception check. Let's see if you spot anything.
Should I be at full health?
Yes, you should. You've had long rests.
Stop.
I'm gonna take one real quick.
Many.
You
Many
only
long-
see this overgrown
long
bush area. There's not much going on here. It must just be
One more
a
time.
singular thing. Nope, that's not how this game works.
No.
Yeah, there's not much going on here. Ace, is there anything you'd like
I
to
want
try?
to see a mermaid.
That's not gonna. You don't want to find that here.
I don't know, man. See, like, I don't know a lot of spells and shit, so it's like, I wouldn't be good at finding that. Is there? I just want to like. Is there any hostiles around me? Is there any way I can check for that?
If you'd like to make me a, let's do history or not history. Survival again. Let's see if you can kind of trace down any sort of creature or people around.
I got a 10.
10. So with the 10, you know there's fish life here. Like some of these plants are eaten into, but they're all such small bites that there's nothing dangerous in this area, it seems. At least not for you. You still see this thing is entirely covered in slime, plants overgrown everywhere, and the pedestal itself feels like it's going to need a kickstart.
Okay, how do I kickstart it?
How we did the last
Okay,
one is you guys
let it
used
start.
different levels of spells and just basically casted it into it, and it brought it up.
Doing any spell?
Pretty much. Certain the higher level spell, the more effective. You found out.
Okay. Well, my spells are both fire, so I don't think that's gonna work too well in water.
So it's not. So what you saw last time when Vractorum was, or when Vractorum and I believe Tex did it, or maybe it was Dibble
It
Snap.
was Scruffles.
It was
Scruffles, yeah.
Scruffles, yeah,
They
it's
touched
little
it and they
Scruffles.
cast the spell into it. It didn't even activate the spell. Nothing happened, but it just was directly absorbed the energy into the pillar. So if you'd like to try a
Okay,
fire
then-
spell into it, you can do that.
Yeah, I'll try firebolt.
Just a cantrip, right?
Yep.
Firebolt is a cantrip.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you put your hand into it. You feel this energy and you push it into the pedestal. You see the pedestal like light up, and the lights get brighter, but there's still no noticeable change in its power. Essentially,
I'm not strong enough. We need a wizard.
Kilana, do you have any spells you'd like to try putting into it?
I don't.
I don't.
Let's go.
Do you have spells? Have you been leveling up your spells? Because as a ranger, you do.
The look on Kaylin's face says no.
No,
As
you
a-
have
as an
not
action,
been.
you can
Okay,
expend on
Kaylin, you have a
ranger
lot of
spells.
spells. I'm gonna give you a couple extra higher level ones you should have been using.
I tried checking through my thing when
Wow.
I leveled up to level 13, and it didn't seem as if I could change it too much.
Speak with plants you're gonna get because of that. Locate creature. Or summon elementals better. So I'll do that for you. You have a couple new spells now. So any of these spells you can
It's a
use. Would you
spirit
like
I
plants.
launched that.
would you yeah, speak with plants is a spell.
I
They
thought
know
of Mother
Wait.
Moss.
If
Have
you
you
were to
seen
cast
anything? I've
Speak
seen
with
so
Dead and
much.
Speak with Plants at the same time, could you speak with furniture?
Well, neither of them
Mm.
require concentration.
Oh yeah, can you speak like with like a wooden bench?
Only if it's been dead for a certain amount of time. If it's new,
That's true.
maybe. If it's old, nah.
I'm slowly dying.
With that though, do you want to just cast one of these third level spells
Oh my God.
into it?
That'll be dark.
Every
Stop
day.
sitting on
I've
me.
seen so many butts.
Feel your ass.
It smells so bad.
Stop spilling tomato sauce on me, please.
Please wash your ass.
Okay, look
So
here. Look here,
basic.
Kaylin. You want to just use one of these spells on it? Just like healing spirit.
It is in the
Yes.
white void.
Okay, so Kaylin, you see Kulana Ace. You see Kulana go up, pushes her hands on it, and a sort of golden light circles around her, and then flows circles around this pillar that absorbs into it. With that, the pillar begins to brighten up, and you can sense the power going through it. Some of this like muck actually begins to dissipate off of it, sort of falling apart. But with that, there is a blue sort of energy that's coming up out of it that is being blocked by the trees around. And it's sort of being dissipated by that.
Magic.
You two want to do anything about that?
Fuck. Sorry, I'm trying to think. I don't know what I can do.
Nick's over there, like.
Sorry, I was
Well, you
looking
want
at
to do
my
anything?
character. I was leveling up my guy to 13 because he wasn't.
You want to do anything about that,
Figure
Caitlin?
out how to work this site.
All right, we're at 13 now. Shoot, I gotta change that.
Could I do some? Am I
Did I
good? To...
fix mine? I don't think I did. No,
Didn't
I
do
didn't.
that.
I should upgrade. Let's go.
What?
What am I on?
You were trying to figure it. So there's trees blocking this pillar.
Could I talk to the plants?
You could. They're not going to be able to do much. You can only talk with them.
I
Can you
can't
please
tell
move
them
the
to
fuck out of the
move.
way, tree?
They move.
You can tell them they're plants. They can't do stuff. They just talk to you. You can have a
Can I
buddy
just
if you
cut it
want.
down?
You'd like to try to move it?
Do I have my short sword
Okay.
wounding on me? Can I just hit it with a sword?
Yeah, can I have my rapier? I'll like
You
use a
guys
rapier.
wouldn't have your equipment on you. You can use the machete that is on the suit, though.
Yes.
Dude, I'm gonna use that machete.
Let's use the machete.
If you guys both just basically use your machetes, basically you take probably 15 to 20 minutes and you just start hacking away over here, trying to remove this stuff sort of haphazardly because you're not the most skilled with that. You kind of clean off this pedestal from all this extra muck by just scraping it away. It's a little cloudy here right now, but you can see that it's beginning to sort of let more light through. You guys basically, you hear over the intercom Moros calling to you. She goes, "Whatever you're doing, it's letting some form of energy out. I think you're doing the trick. Head back to the come back to the ship. I'll lower this landing bay for you, and we'll go back to Vrectorum and see if she knows anything." So yeah, she lowers this bottom part of the ship that opens up. You guys Iron Man fly up there, land onto the thing, get raised back into the ship, and this water drains out, and you begin your way back into the underground area. Stop it.
You can't tell me what to do.
I can.
Give me your key. Give me your fob.
So, what would you guys like to do once you're back there? You want to just head back over to Vrectorum? Do you need to do anything?
I'm good to head back.
Yeah.
I want to go back under
Bad.
Why?
Because there's nothing for you to do under there. You're just gonna waste everyone's time. You guys go back. You head back to Vrectorum. It's like a 5-minute walk just because of how long these tunnels are. Vrectorum is sitting in there, and she looks over at you guys like, "Whatever you're doing, these pillars have become a little bit more active. What did you end up doing up there?"
We pretty much went around.
Broke
I
a tree.
cast it. What was the thing I cast?
It doesn't matter. You just put energy into it.
We put energy into it.
It?
What? What is
The
it?
pillar.
Power.
What energy into the pillar?
Oh, you found a pillar. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems to be acting differently. It seems to have changed something. So whatever I think you've done it right. I want to cast another spell into it, see if I can send out a sort of notification for Haas back on Hone.
What else could you
Oh.
do? Is there anything else we could do, or is it just...
We might be able to teleport back to Hone, but we'd leave our ship behind, and we might become a banana smoothie, as we found out with Delterra.
Oh.
And we would not like to do that.
No, we would not. You're
Are we
right,
gonna
madam.
risk it?
You are right.
Turn
miss.
goes in a banana smoothie.
She looks over at you, Isa. She goes, "I would prefer to take our ship back for the fact that we need that ship."
And poor Thisbe.
What ends up happening is she takes her hands over it. You guys see that layer of frost like builds up on her skin and then just shoots into
Brian,
this.
please don't ship my kid with an adult woman.
You don't know how old Thisbe is.
Either way, he's baby.
You don't know.
Either way, he's baby.
Yeah,
It
the
goes
mentality of-
into this pillar, and there's a spark. With that spark of energy, though, the lights begin to dim, and the doors begin to shut.
Not again.
Brian.
It's an old message. Is there anything you guys would like to try in this quick moment?
Fucking spell sniper.
Oh dear.
Well, real quick, I actually have to go. So maybe my character can take a nap. I don't know. I don't know how you want to handle that.
I-
Sorry.
Falls unconscious
smack
in the middle of the
Ace
room.
Passes out.
I'm really gonna try and get to next week's session again. I
Yeah.
know I haven't been here fucking at all, but I'm gonna go eat the Subway and clean probably. I love you guys.
Love you.
And Team lots
Nice
of
meeting
energy.
you.
Yeah, you too, man.
Peace out. So is there anything you guys would like to try to do in this couple short moments you have?
Doors are closing.
Clutch my
Lights
gun
going
and
dim
pray.
again. I'd like to take my gun out again.
All right, yeah, you pull
clutch
your
my
gun
and
out.
pray.
Moros is sitting there. She brings up her lantern, trying to look out, like looking at the walls specifically. You can tell. But with that, you guys, it shuts the door all the way. It closes. You hear a loud thud, and noise. The white sort of smoke begins to descend from the ceiling, sort of like a whirlpool effect. It comes slowly in a tornado shape and lands directly on this center. The center chair, this throne in the center. The light gets a little bit brighter. It begins leaking out of this floor, this sort of smoky pattern. And with that, a figure begins to emerge. Something. It builds up,
Grumpy.
and you guys just hear a voice. Well, haven't seen this place in a while.
That's more.
No, it's not
I don't know.
Melivar. Melivar was a lot more crazed and deranged.
And we're all seeing
That's
him.
true.
Yes, you are all seeing him. There is a character in these. It seems it's not what you guys would expect for a sort of jester, but he has a very puffy, padded shoulders, a two-tone shirt, though it's all white, so you don't really know what colors it are, but colors it is. But there's definitely one side that's brighter, one side that's darker, and these sort of fancy pants that sort of split at the bottom with little sort of puff balls
He
on the other
sounds
side.
so cute.
Fancy pants.
It's much more elegant though than what you're picturing.
I'm thinking elegant and cute.
Uh,
That's what I'm thinking of Sundrop.
He's like, I haven't seen this place in a short while. What brings you travelers here? You've restarted the connection to the network.
Who are you?
Oh, me. I'm Fonny. Who are you?
I look at Rector.
Funny, really quick, is that
Uh,
a PH or an F?
Vractorum has a tear in her eye.
Oh.
I just kind of just like.
She falls to her knees and she's just looking and she's like begins to bow. Fonny goes, don't do that. I haven't seen one of my own alive in a very long time.
So it's
Who are you? He looks over at her. She looks up, and in the primordial language, which I don't know how many of you speak it.
Not fucking me.
have I learned primordial
No.
with?
No, Tim, I thought you knew primordial. Check that again. Check that
do?
again on
Could
Beyond
I
again.
could I learn
Check that
primordial?
again, but I'm
You
pretty
could.
sure
It'd take
I
a
don't.
while. Text for you. Was it just
Let's see.
written language, or was it even spoken language?
I can read all written language, not
So
all
you,
spoken
okay.
language.
Now, do you know primordial? I thought one of you
Do
additional
I?
new players knew primordial.
No,
Shoot,
I
where
do
is
not
that?
know primordial.
Where is this?
It'll be under your character sheet. Let me see if I can find it for you. It'll be in like your details.
In
Features.
the description?
Possibly.
Mm,
Can I pay compliments to his outfit?
You can. If you say, I love the outfit, it goes, oh, well, thank you. Someone has some good taste here.
I'm a fashion.
Love your fancy
as
pants.
Kulana, she likes pretty things. From the beginning, she's always enjoyed jewelry and
Okay, yep.
Oh.
I
fashion.
don't know primordial.
You don't know primordial. You're right.
I don't know
I swore
primordial.
someone else knew primordial. I guess I don't remember.
Like, girl, I love your
Zayo
outfit.
did when I
Yeah,
played
Zaya
her.
did. But I swear last week someone was like, oh, I also know primordial when Tech said they could read it.
I
But-
remember that.
Yeah, right? I'm
I
confused.
remember it too.
Yeah, and I don't
But
know
I
who it
don't
was.
know who knows
Was it
Primordial.
Was it Lena?
No, it was
It
not
wasn't
me.
me.
I
No.
don't...
I can't say. Maybe it was.
I think it was.
Was
Do you
it
think it
Moros?
was Brian?
Moros. It was Moros.
No.
Moros knew Primordial.
Ah.
Yeah,
Oh.
So Moros, I guess, is also kind of somewhat understanding this, but Vractorum
What the
says, it's so nice. Basically, what she hears, it's so nice to see someone from the past, and I'm so honored to be in your presence. He responds back, and he's like, "Well, now there's not much of us left. We have really been lost to time, but I can tell you, those not labeled dead on these pedestals and who are still a part of the council are now beyond living, but are not dead to her." He looks back at you guys and he's like, "Well, I hope you found I hope you found my what? How would he phrase it? I hope you found my architecture rather inviting and intriguing. And I must thank you for bringing this place back online. We haven't really had a great connection to it to be able to come here and reminisce."
A very
But-
nice historical spot that is awesome to be awakened. I don't, oh,
Where'd
not
you make that
awakened.
face?
I'm just debating
I
whether or
couldn't
not
think
we
of the
should let him
word.
know about what we're doing.
Do you want to say
A
anything to
debate
him?
would- I don't know if we should let him know that, hey, we
in-
are
Are you saying something to him now?
I party vote quickly. Do we want to say
Yeah,
something
that's
to
not
him?
that's not how
Yeah.
that works. If you're gonna make this party vote, you have to say it in character. Ask if you want to say something to him, to everyone.
I'll lean over to, I guess, Kulon. Like, should we tell him what we're doing?
I don't remember what we're
He
doing.
seems trustworthy. I
Well,
don't.
Neither
the
do
Houston
I.
was ever told what we were
Neither do I.
doing.
You guys are trying to reactivate the connection so you can use this as a teleportation circle across planets, like from home.
We could ask him if we're
Is
allowed.
that
if
something
we-
I just heard now?
No,
Do I know this now? Okay.
no, you do not. Sadly.
No,
Should we let him know what you guys are trying to do?
I mean, I just say, I feel like if we ask him polite or like tell him politely and like not make it.
Because I think he deserves to know at least, but I don't know.
Oh yeah,
how
he
to
just
react.
totally deserves to know.
While you guys are having this conversation, this gentleman, Fawny, walks over to Vractorum, reaches out a hand and helps her up. They're continuing talking Primordial. I guess none of you really know what they're saying, but Moros is kind of watching very closely, like, how the heck do you know Primordial? Looking both at him. Now that he's closer, though, you can see the resemblance in facial features from him to Vractorum. They both have these longer bones, this sort of pointier ears with this weird webbing to it, a sort of a stouter nose, and this a richer skin tone.
Is she? Wait, is
Vractorum.
I didn't know
Yeah, is
Vectorum was
Ragnar-
one of
You do now.
It has features of
I
Triton,
do
but has
now.
features of all races.
the more
Okay.
you know.
I was gonna say. I was like, is she part?
Yeah, so you guys that know Vractorum's Primordial, you can also tell that this gentleman that she's speaking with is also Primordial. Pre-Primordial, I guess.
Prepubescent?
No. But you, Isa, don't know what they are. You just know they're the same thing.
Don't know what that is, but it looks funky.
Yeah.
It's hot.
All right,
I'll be
I'm
back.
gonna fill the beans a little
Okay.
bit then, I guess.
Okay.
Yay!
I mean, I don't. As Scruffles doesn't know what they're doing is bad or not, so he's gonna be like, you know what? Fuck it.
That's fair.
I still think it's funny that
So
Kiona
he's
still
like,
doesn't
well,
know.
your architecture or work has definitely caught the attention of some people, as there is a small architectural team trying to restore be the right word.
Oh, I know of that. Venatoreth has told me. I've heard of your little charades. Some of you are not from the party I've heard of. He nods over at you, Isa, Tex, I guess Scruffles. I guess the only person he knows about is Ace, Kulana, and Copelia.
Just a slight nervous wave. Back.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, Venatoreth has told us of your tales, your issues. I'm glad to see that your one friend, oh, what was his, Maddie, I believe it was, is no longer here. He was a little bit of a issue with us, but
I
knowing
don't know
that
who
he's
that was, but all right.
Excuse
Oh.
me?
You remember
Maddie,
Has someone been turned
Brian's
to banana
old
mush
character
already?
that
that
messed was
Tisma's
upset.
brother,
The dragon.
Yeah,
remember?
Tisma brothers. Yeah, did the thing with the dragon that made her very upset.
even though he was like, I love dragons, he's like, I'm gonna kill you.
Brian, you still there?
Brian,
But
wanna
we
talk
have
about
heard
it?
of your escapades and the news, though Fenitorath does still feel lonely. So if you guys have some time, feel free to go back down and talk with her.
I totally know who that is.
The dragon.
Yeah, absolutely.
In
Oh.
character,
That we
I
met?
totally know who
What?
that
the
is.
dragon that we met.
Yeah. Fenitorath.
Oh my gosh!
I
I just kind of wave at her. I'm like, remember us?
she's not there.
Oh,
He's
I thought she-
talking about her.
Oh, she's not. I was.
He's like,
I
yes,
think Kalen's brain
she
is not
feels a
catching
little
up."
lonely, and having you guys there was a nice change of pace for her. But, I'm glad to see you guys are still there. She's gonna beat me. Well,
I'm embarrassed.
I'm glad to
Only
see
taking
this
the
is
last
back up
one.
and running. There aren't many of us that are still interested in being a part of this realm, as the one we've found, the new home we have, is easier to see what's going on in some places, and it takes a lot of strain for those that aren't inherently magical to show up here in this form. He just waves down at himself.
So are you here or are you not here?
He goes, well, that's one that I truly don't understand.
You know the one scene
It's-
from Megamind where he's like, "Are you a ghost?" From
Are you a ghost?
yeah.
Gosh.
Makes me
He
struggles
goes,
right now, just like
I-
speak up, British.
my form is limited to one plane, a plane in between all planes, the one that creates the magical energy you all use. But to be here in the form I am now, I need to use most of my concentration and transfer my essence in a form of magical energy. So, I am a bard, and I'm not the wizard that created this. So, yes, I am here, and no, I am not. He
Well,
just
yes,
points
but
at you.
actually no.
Yeah.
Well,
Exactly.
yes, but actually no.
Well, yes, but actually, no.
I hope that
I'm
answers your
writing that quote
question.
down for this one.
I think I can grasp it. I have some magical know-how.
Well, that is good, because I don't understand it, and I am just glad that worked.
No, sometimes that's the best.
Truly is.
Well, is it possible for us to
Sorry,
connect this back
Real
to the
quick.
main place on Hone?
He's
Okay.
like, Hone. Which planet is that again? Which one is that now?
The
You wouldn't
desert
reckon.
one.
Yes, the one that's now a desert.
Yes.
With how you've connected
Now a
it,
desert.
with how you've connected it, I believe this should already be sending a signal all the way back to Hone, as you call it, for easy travel. Now, I would recommend doing tests. These weren't ever truly perfected and had daily maintenance mostly from some of our staff, so be a little careful. But once you have that sorted out, it should be good and good spit and span to go.
I'm sure Haas will grace this planet with fruit as well. Fucking Delterra, just fruit.
real quick, you said we can't tell the color of the clothes, right?
No, because it's more like a figure is standing, sort of like a ghost in movies, how they're
Kinda
all
like
one
Star
color.
Wars. It's a
Yeah,
force
Like the
ghost.
Star Wars.
sort of,
Force
yeah.
ghost.
But there is a lot more
Are they more
definition. And
casual clothes though? Or like,
no, these are like ceremonial sort of jester clothes, sort of
Okay.
puffy shoulders and like flowy little bits that jingle jangle around.
I love it.
I'm just going back and forth with my descriptions and whatnot.
It's like a mixture
Trying to figure
between.
out who's who.
Aren't jesters basically
Why can't I
basically
remember his name?
bards?
Cicero?
Elliot, who's the jester guy? Cicero, thank you.
Yep.
Cicero.
It's
and-
very similar to
that's-
Cicero,
that's what I'm
except
sure.
More like elven sort of,
And not
style.
insane.
and not insane. No,
Okay. And not insane.
not into murderous bloodlust that talks to dead women.
Oh,
The
are
bug
you
is
good?
still alive.
What?
Horsefly still
Are
alive
you
that she
killing
tried to
them
kill.
off again?
Yeah,
Feed it to
I
Jess.
think I
got it.
hit it a little too hard because now there's guts all over my magic box.
Feed
Did
it
we
to
just
Jess.
witness a murder?
Yeah.
The gentleman Fawny speaks to you. He's like, well, I've been dying to have a fun conversation, not with some ancient warriors that have already spent thousands of years with. He just shakes his head. Would you guys care for a conversation? Any sort of talks?
I'd be down. You look awesome.
He just bows to you.
Well, I'm sure that back on home, the person who's running this whole escapade would definitely like to talk with you. most
Yes,
likely.
Haas.
I am back.
Elliot.
Welcome back. The only issue with speaking with Haas is that, as you guys probably saw, that these pillars are a little bit different. They're not the same ones as put in on our first locations on your Hone and the other planets you've explored. I think one of them's called Delterra now.
Sure.
Sure.
Scruffle's like, sure.
Would he know anything about my planet?
He wouldn't know it by name, no.
But
But this one's a little bit different, as it is a gateway portal as well, not to just each other, but to a ethereal realm, a realm of magic, the realm where magic is generated and shared across all planes. The issue with it is, as you stay there over time, what we didn't know is it binds to you and stays connected to you permanently. And if you leave it with your physical form from that ethereal realm, you begin to dissipate. And then once you're gone, there's no returning.
Oh.
That is how we
Oh.
lost Dempo here. He points out one of the chairs with the plaque that has the death time.
Oh.
No.
He was outraged with one of our members' actions, or his antics, what caused so much of our pain and issues. You see him kind of like grit his teeth through that, like an actual anger sort of building up.
Mm.
So he decided that he was going to get revenge. He attacked a large force and actually heavily pushed back their forces, but with the exertion he did to himself, his final act was to unleash a very powerful, essentially magic bomb, you could call it, and it destroyed a large section in the nine hells. Left
Oh.
massive damage there. If you ever get down there, I think it's on the 3rd level. I would highly recommend
The
checking it
back
out. It is
rooms.
very powerful. Very fun sight to see.
The back
Very
rooms.
respectful warrior. But that's how we found it the hard way, that we could not leave that realm anymore. We had
Well-
attendants that could come in and out, discuss things with us, and we found ways to transform and come into this plane once again. But we need to have these pillars there to really hold us and anchor us in place.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so what if Haas came? Well, this is teleportation now set up the home. So what if Haas came here?
If he can figure out teleportation, I would be glad to have a conversation with him, and I could probably even get Salazuth or even Zyozemp to come out here and like have a more in-depth discussion on how all this works. If you guys know, if you guys can understand that, they've had plenty of time to figure out exactly how all this
Well,
works.
Given what I've heard, he will definitely be interested and probably understand some of it.
Well, I imagine some of them would be glad to have a conversation with someone other than us, because we've had only ourselves and some of our few loyal guards left.
And this was about. About greed.
Yeah.
With.
How long ago was this?
He looks
You
at his
know
wrist.
roughly.
It has a sundial on it, but it doesn't work.
He like taps it like. Oh, well.
I think it's been nearly 13,000 years since this has happened. You see Vraktrum's
Okay.
face go, what? she says
Lisa
something.
came here because she had to, not for an existential crisis.
She says something
That
to him
was the
in
first one she's had.
primordial, and he's like, "You don't know what happened, did you?" She shakes her head no. He's like, "How are you?" Yeah, might as well ask. How are you still here? We've had very little connection to most of our locations. They've been kind of blocked from our vision. How are you still alive? Just kind of questioning her, like, how are you? She
Two separate character knowledges. I hate it.
she speaks to him, and she's just gonna spill the beans. She's no longer keeping secrets, so Isa, you're gonna get to learn a little bit about who Vractorum
yeah.
is. She basically sits down, and in her English, it's still fairly broken, and she has a thick accent, but she speaks out to him. She's like, "Well, all I remember is on a day." She gives a date. It doesn't mean anything to you guys because it's no longer the calendar you use. We were doing routine maintenance on the location in Hone. I was tending to some of the botanical gardens, and we were ended up.
Wait.
The demons.
I'm connecting the dots now.
And
The one bit you had stuff to do with in the you said the third layer of hell, and then the demons. Oh, it's starting to make sense.
Oh, is there? Are
And
you
that was the-
connecting dots?
Wait, and that's the
That's
Do
what
you
I said
guys?
too.
I want you guys to connect one more dot as well. Remember, Maddie? He made a connection with some
and
third
the
power
one packed
that was
dot.
in
What
a
the frick?
very large demon skeleton
Yeah.
making deals.
Okay.
wait.
Oh, are things connecting
Wait.
about the world?
And that was the guy that was like, I'm a
That's
Drop a rock on your
yeah,
head.
pretty much.
Yeah. Held has Venatoreth stuck in chains deep underground.
And that was
Yeah.
and that was a punishment.
Mhm.
He's just not allowed to connect with any other.
No, Venatoreth can't connect because it would be dangerous for his plans. Basically, is what you guys learned.
But he's still
Yeah.
in the plans.
He's still working on stuff. He's still planning.
Oh my god.
But yeah, she continues. We were doing regular maintenance, and there was an attack. Large forces of demons and devils, even together, stormed us.
Pain, agony, evil.
Yes, we were one of the earliest planets, or we were one of the healthiest planets at the time, and there were large battles that broke out. We thought we had them subsided and our base was safe, but we weren't. During the attack, I was cornered into a room with one of the teleportation circles, and to prevent anything from happening, I activated a spell to hold myself and these two creatures attacking me into
there were three.
3. Was there 3? Yeah, there was a
Because
bug
one
one too.
singling out Zyno.
Mhm.
Fucking
3
slowed saved my
creatures
life.
into a stasis, and then in a blink of an eye, I was back in a much more decrepit, destroyed room with several figures around me, and they ended up fighting off these creatures. And now it's been 12,000 years?
And we brought her out of there.
Mhm.
We're like, whoa, the frick are you?
He's like, "Oh, so you were around for the first assaults. You don't even know what happened after that then." She goes, "After?"
I'm sorry?
He's like, "Yes.
Excuse me.
After what happened on your Hone, which even then, Hone was in a entirely different location in the solar system. Do you know that? Do you know the planet moved several layers closer to the sun?
Are we gonna die one day?
Oh.
That's why Hone
Excuse
needs
me?
to have its own. So
That's
for
how
you guys,
the campaign ends. We just burn from the sun.
Yep.
yeah, kinda. Spoilers. Basically, for those of you, everyone here knows Hone. Everyone knows what Hone is because it's a very rich and lustrous planet. Hone is too close to the sun to have normal life. So they've built a massive ring around the planet that just spews out fake ozone layers to create conditions that are livable in. There's also a lot of smaller of these dotted throughout the planet, and this sort of energy plants can grow, people can live in comfortable environments. But there's also sections in deserts where it gets like hundreds of degrees hot because there's just sun beating down on it all day.
And we're all just kind of used to that at
Mhm.
that point, yeah.
But you're also mostly under the most of the lights on this one band in these several pockets across the planet. Everyone's already known that Hone's been in that location since people have been around. He continues. So we had, when some of our council members decided to fall away from the council, and wanted to have all the power for themselves, they tried several different methods. The most annoying of them all was Lair. When you guys hear that, those of you that were with Maddie know Lair to be a creature, someone that talked with Maddie and gave him some power. Lair didn't like the idea of being in the council. He wanted to be the leader. He wanted to have everyone follow him and lick his boots.
So it was greed. I was like, yeah, he probably
Not
won.
greed, but power hunger.
Well, yeah,
Greed's vague.
greedy for power.
He continues. With that, some of the other council members also separated, and they'd work together every now and then. Sarasi, none of you would know Sarasi. Tex, you might have heard of Sarasi. She is a figure in some cults. That kinda is like, she's sort of like a Raven Queen almost, like, style.
Ooh.
But she is a
It's
lot more strong fist, and she will just beat the crap out of you if she doesn't like you. Sort of style.
Why do you have connections to cults?
I
Huh?
didn't know of any of this. What the
Well,
fuck?
you wouldn't. I just felt like your character would know about it, and I need someone to give it to, and you're the only person that's like traveler sort of esque. So I feel like you hear weird stories and be interested in it with what you've told me about your backstory.
Would
I
I
don't
would-
personally know it, but I have a clue.
Yeah, you've heard about it. Yeah, you don't personally know, but you've heard about
Okay.
this.
I was gonna say, growing up,
You'd be
when
the only person that would.
I was gonna say, growing up during the times where I was
A
being
farmer's child?
no, when
Oh,
I was captured, being used,
No, you wouldn't hear about that.
or
The other one he says as well. Another one,
another one.
artificer by trade, Stea. She was a lot more interested in just creating things. She wasn't like bad or evil. Her and Minoyeg, a cleric, they weren't bad or evil. They just didn't want to be really this sort of council. They wanted something different, so they separated as well. But Lair wanted our destruction. He was always a pusher for innovation, trying to design stuff to hold power, to make things bend to his will directly without having to have any sort of trade-offs, no payment for people, no things like that. So he always wanted mindless drones. My throat's so dry right now. With that, however, he made a lovely invention that we all thought was great, a way to enter another plane, a way to control power beyond what we understood and be able to be interconnected with multiple areas at once. It started with the teleportation that was directly Lair's design, but it he found a way to connect to this aether realm that we are trapped in. What he knew that we didn't is that if you were in there for too long, you would be bound to it. He has several failed students that went in and never returned, and he told us that it was a sort of madness that they weren't able to overcome, and they stayed in there forever. But what we later found out is they returned after prolonged contact with the realm, and they entirely disappeared with the realm, like what happened over there with Diampo. I don't know how to pronounce that. Darmpo, I guess. Demirpo? Whatever.
That's why you take the fancy generator names and make them into something you can
Yeah, but I
pronounce.
thought I could pronounce it, then I'm reading it again and I was wrong.
I failed
I've had this
I
written
feel
since
that
I was
so
still in
much.
college too. This is an old document. He continues from there. When he found this out, he cracked a plan. He knew we could gain extra power, especially for those who are magically enhanced. He knew we could be safe from our enemies at the time, the demons and devils, that he was apparently working with, and we did not know. And he knew that if we were in there long enough, we would not be able to return. So, what ended up happening is he found a way to attract us into there, built an illustrious parade and event to bring everyone around to one area One celebration that would put us into a point and position so powerful that the demons and devils could no longer get to us, that we would be unstoppable when we were able to travel into dimensional planes, across planets, quickly, easily, transporting entire civilizations across in other civilizations, protecting everyone easily. We thought he was a hero. What ended up happening, though, is he brought us all there, had us there for long periods of time, and then cut off our access to the other side. Luckily we had scientists we knew that could rebuild it, because he worked closely with people that were loyal. He had to. He was not quick enough on his own to put these plans into motion, so he needed to work with people. What was unfortunate, however, is he was also building this for the devils and demons. These creatures teleported directly into our cities, into hidden safe houses, decimated our citizens, killed thousands, and left planets in ruin. We were able to, months after he shut them down, get everything back online. But at that point, being in there for so long and having no communication, we couldn't have done anything. We had no power over it. What we ended up doing was bringing people into our realm, bringing individuals into this aether plane as guards, as generals, and things like that, to prevent the fallout of our entire civilization, trying to stop this cataclysmic war he started. We were able to transport them across planets and get as many people as we could into one safe house. I don't know what you guys call it now, but it is the fourth planet, the planet on the edge of your habitable zone. It has another location you might be interested in there that was a safe house for all of our citizens deep underground. Sadly, however, over time, we began losses that were irreparable, as we could no longer sustain a civilization, and it ended up being 8 of us in the realm, 8 of our leaders in the realm, and some guards, generals, and people who decided they would prefer to stay alive and stuck in this realm than anything else.
So where is Lyre now?
That much I wish I could know. He has not stepped foot in the Aether realm for a very long period of time, as we're all powerful in there, and the only thing that could probably kill someone from the Aether realm in the Aether realm would be another person from the Aether realm. So having
So
7 of us,
you could just rip them apart.
most likely, and to gain the power we have in there, he would have to be there for months, and to have a chance, he'd have to bring other powerful individuals in there for that prolonged period of time, and then fight us. But as we've been there for so long, we've grown a deeper connection to the realm. A connection so strong, in fact, that we can sense when people enter. We can sense when things move through. And when large spells or large magical events happen in any realm, we can sense that too.
So, question, were all of you individually, one of you like powerful than the other, or were you all equally powerful?
Depends on what you're calling powerful. All of our 12 council originally were all members from our civilization that came together and united and created great things, created armies and soldiers that were not only well trained but intelligent and understanding of what they're fighting for, to create a powerful government. We also had magicians and mages that would be able to teach and blossom a great culture. But if you're going for raw strength, obviously Darmpo, he was one of the strongest, along with people like Jacampi. She was immaculate in her skills and her feats of strength.
Yeah. And do you know who's left? Oh, besides the people you've mentioned before, has anyone died from
Lyre has not been able to lay a hand on any of us. Once we had control of that realm, we were truly safe.
Oh, that's good.
it was one of his biggest miscalculations of not being able to remove us. I believe he thought we wouldn't learn of the curse of losing power and fading away if we do not enter back into the realm. Darmpo luckily took that fall for us, and since he exerted himself so extremely, it happened very fast. If he did not do that, we might not have survived, and Lair might have won and ended up capturing everything with the 9 hells.
So there would be a way to bring them back.
Sadly, no. It's almost like if you make a spell, once it is completed and distributes itself back into the realm, there's no way to bring that exact spell back. You can only create the same thing again. So we could possibly, with lots of hours, magic, and time, recreate Darmpo, but it would not be the same man, and he would not have the same memories.
Oh, that's a shame.
So
That's a shame. Oh.
If Lair is not at your plane, and I don't know of any other planes, is it possible he's still somewhere in our plane?
I doubt he's in your realm. I doubt he's on this plane. But I believe, if I had to make a guess, he's probably taken up somewhere in the 9 hells as a ringleader of some sort. He might be a leader of one of the levels, or he might just be a overall annoyance to multiple. But he has a hunger for power, and that sort of brutish kill for what you want, I imagine, really satiates him.
Actually, quick question, out of character. Do you think Mad Magician Melifar would probably drive him insane?
Lair would just kill him before anything.
Yeah, Lair would just fucking kill him.
You don't know Mad Magician Melivore, but I triggered these guys with one character that got him so mad. Brian, before he left, got killed by him because he wanted to go back and try to kill a level 20 wizard as a level 8 character, I think, or level 7 character.
He was annoying.
Yeah, you didn't.
I loved him.
But a couple, like Brian, Tex, and Copelia hated him because he was literally since you guys are probably never gonna interact with him, he had a madness spell on him that drove him insane and to just do crazy things all the time.
And he flipped a town upside down, literally.
Yeah, he did a bunch of dumb stuff and had a maze that had like puzzles, and they had to play a game of chess and ended up losing, things like that.
We were there for who knows how long.
Yeah, Brian tried to kill him with one of his characters, lost,
my character almost killed.
Yeah.
Even though I wanted.
Yeah.
Wasn't
It was
aggroing.
Dahl and Corvus. Corvus
Yeah, I
tried
wasn't
to
trying to kill him.
Yeah.
I was just there to keep Brian alive, which didn't work.
Corvus tried to stab him.
You should have just let him
Rolled a natural 1, and then he cast Fireball on Corvus.
Corvus basically
Yeah.
burned to a crisp.
Corvus instantly went down, and then he Dahl tried to fly with Corvus away. A firewall cut them off, and Corvus just went up in flames and died, basically. Just entirely.
Am I the only one who hasn't had a character go through extreme painful trauma or death?
Well, your sibling died in your arms.
Okay.
Maddie
That's
died.
emotional trauma. Not
Yeah, it still
physical-
counts though.
Okay,
The
fair
only
enough.
thing I trauma-wise was I got
the
physical
sibling
trauma.
also a rat?
No, it was a
No,
different
different-
character.
Oh, how's the
Different
scar
character. It
on
was
my
Maddie.
how's the scar on my back?
Oh, you're healing.
I
Yeah,
think it
you
was in
fell in
Brian.
lava. You were also captured as a child, and you had sex with someone trying to murder you. Tex, you haven't had much trauma, but you haven't been around that long. Copelia, your husband left you.
Well,
He's still around and alive, but he's no longer here.
Wait, is Zio the least traumatized?
We'll wait till your parents die or something.
But he left. He still loved her.
Do not kill her.
But
Do not
she's
kill
no
my
longer here.
parents.
I won't kill
They're
your
still
parents.
happy and alive and far off outside of the system.
I don't know if my
of
parents are still
Barat.
alive, or I honestly don't know if my parents are still alive. That's up to you.
Will we ever go out of system, Caden?
You might, but it's very hard to write for out of system stuff because it's just like, why not put it in the system? Zaya specifically has some out of system stuff, so maybe we'll go there soon.
We'll go to her home planet.
Yeah, possibly.
It's basically
I have no
if
mic.
Louisiana
Caden, I
and
have
the
no
planet
mic.
of Rock
Oh,
had a
also,
child.
Zio, if they do come back, you personally do know of Sarasi, the fighter, because there's a lot of that cult stuff around your area.
Yeah, that would make sense. Basically, Cthulhu, Call of Cthulhu, the game, is a planet.
Yeah.
Mostly ocean.
He finished explaining that. He's like, well, does the class have any questions?
The class.
The class. There's a little
I think
whiteboard
we've
behind
answered
him.
a lot of the questions at least these people were looking for. I'm just kind of here with them.
I'm just here having an existential crisis in the corner now.
Like, what is this world?
I wonder if
Nothing but a bunch of magic particles floating in space.
Caden, it's my turn. I don't remember his name, so his name's Funny now.
Pretty much. It's very ironic that Fawny is the bard.
I love
Fawny.
Fawny. Fawny's a sweetie. Fawny's my
Does Fawny
favorite
know
by
what I
far.
am? Actually,
Probably, yeah.
Fawny's
He can see through magic, basically. He has a connection to the realm itself rather than just his eyes.
Can he
so he
read?
knows that I am.
Probably.
Can you read us on who he is? He's basically a god.
Yeah, that's what he became, essentially,
The
to
man
his
behind
people.
the mask.
The
What I
man
am.
behind the slaughter.
He just looks around. Any questions for anyone?
Where did you get your outfit?
Is that Fawny with an F or PH?
PH, of course.
Gonna circle that one then.
FphAuni. Fawny.
PH fat.
Well, I definitely butchered that spelling. Can you
Don't
repeat
worry.
That one?
Phauni. Fawny.
I like that name.
I don't think we do, although I definitely admit to say if we bring that Haas fellow back here, he will have a lot of questions.
Oh, I'm fine. I haven't had a good conversation for a while. Just ask him to bring some refreshments. I'm parched.
What would I want to ask him
Can
from
you
his...
drink? Is that a joke?
Can you
He's
do
like,
that?
honestly, I don't know at this point. I don't think so, but I might.
Someone get a cup of water quick.
Do we
So,
have rations? Hold on.
I want to
Like,
hear
here.
from his
Rations on me,
perspective. So
please. I want to
as
see this.
I was like, so him being an interesting being, did he grow up, or
I had a life before I was this. I was just, as you guys call them, primordial. Same as Voractorum here. I was around during that time, and I have had a childhood, but once I stepped into the Aether realm and was fully enveloped by it, I stopped aging.
So are
How
the
old are
rest
you?
of the primordials in
like
the Aether realm? with you?
12,100 years old, probably, about.
So question.
Mm,
I
yes.
have a question from the class, I guess. Are the rest of the rest of the primordials then? The story was a lot to take in.
Yes,
The
understandably.
rest of the primordials, they're in the Aether plane with you.
So we have 6 in total in the Aether realm. 7 of the leaders of the councils and a druid that came with us. She grew fond with us, and we kept her around and basically leveled her up to council. Though at the time we leveled her up, everything was already set in stone, and there was no real way for us to come back and change it, and no purpose because during that time it was during the war.
So the rest of the primordials are gone.
We have some guards and we have some citizens, though our numbers are less than 1,000. We used to have more, though Lair did at one point come back in and try to promise grace with some of his demonic horde into the Aether realm. Some people joined him and left. I have no idea of what happened to them. I do not know where they are or how they've become. And seeing as you guys don't know about primordials, I don't imagine much good came from it.
Kaylin, it's a titty kitty.
Kaylin, it's a titty kitty.
She's got a pair of kitties in her room,
Yeah.
Inside her bra.
Yeah.
like a clamshell.
It's a titty kitty.
But he continues. He's like,
I feel that would be very comfy.
he continues. He just says, we killed some of his men or some of his demonic creatures, and shunned him out of the location. Found his waypoints within the ethereal realm, and destroyed them as to the best of our ability. We seem to have locked him out from his main entry point, though I don't know if it would have been better to keep it open and have surprise attacks, but I feel like that might not have been the wisest idea. Anything else?
So what now?
What now? Well, for you guys, it seems like heading back to Hone and figuring out how to get this thing up and running.
Yeah, we should probably head back and tell Haas all this before we discover any more, because I don't think my
Now, before
This
you
dumb
do go,
call it anymore.
we as a council miss some of our very friendly members, specifically Fenatorath. I was wondering if I could speak with some of our sorcerers and things like that in the realms, or in the ethereal realm still, if it would be possible if you could help us with a little bit of a jailbreak, shall we say. Fenatorath, as some of you know, was trapped deep on the planet you call Hone in the Underdark area. She can communicate to us by forms of basically prayers. I don't want to say that because we're not really gods. We weren't created as gods. We didn't create everything. We've just leveled up to a powerful level.
You can sense her will.
We can hear her. We can understand her. We know where she is, and we can connect to her. But through the chains and spells that Lair put up, she can't hear us. She is stuck there alone. She talked about you guys when you left. That's how I know of you. And she has specifically put out requests to have you guys back, or have someone back, or to leave the location, yearning for it still. But if you could do us the kindness, once you get this teleportation circle back up, we would love to give you a way to break it out.
Sure. I mean, I
That's
don't
home.
know who Fenatorath is, but
Oh yes,
seems
you'll
nice.
you'll probably
I
you know
all about it.
I know. You know, she's a creature that can shapeshift. Big teeth, long snout, can fly.
Dragon?
Ah, yes, that's what you call it, a dragon.
Oh, I guess you, if you speak a different language, you wouldn't have a
would
word
you call
like
it dragon?
Dragon.
What?
What would they call a dragon?
He says off some random word that's in primordial.
Fancy.
But
Halushish.
you call it a dragon, I see.
Which is, and like dragon, like weird. we're like your
Yes,
your
a
common speaking is
dragon.
weird.
Dragon.
Your common is odd.
So I guess we head back now then, huh?
It's up to
It's the
you.
Bramwin!
This is back online, I can tell, as I can sense it through the network. Network. That's the word. Network. And I hope you guys, I hope to see you here soon. I'll let the council know of the hope we have and what we can do.
She looks so unamused.
So you guys walk back.
Council as in Jace and Mel.
The council has decided your fate.
Ew.
I don't know what you're saying.
Grossest straight couple.
What are you talking about?
Ew,
Arcane.
Jace. Just Jace. Just Jace in general.
What are you guys talking about? Is this arcane? Okay, it's arcane.
Kaden. Bones stay bones.
Okay, I don't understand that.
Get
You
out of my
guys walk back to the ship. Moros, you see walking back with Moros. Moros is like, what? What just happened?
I wouldn't worry
Just
about it.
I go beside her, pat her on the back. Yeah, me too.
You see, Fani takes Vraktorm's hand, does like a bow with a kiss on the palm, sort of thing, casual jester stuff, pogfish or pog turtle. And
turtle.
she follows you guys back.
Turtle?
Oh my god.
You guys,
Turtle, if you
Kermit
will.
the Frog.
you guys go back, get into your little
Here.
boat, your submersible. Moros is still just sitting there like, I would love to tell people about this. I know you guys wouldn't want me to, and I don't think I will, because if I say any of this to anyone, I'm gonna be labeled as an insane person.
Yeah, you're probably gonna think you're crazy.
Pretty
especially
much.
especially since there is absolutely zero treasure I found. You guys really disappointed me on that part.
The treasure of knowledge is always fun.
Treasure of knowledge I could never share.
Because Elliot and I aren't playing as the bugs.
Well, you guys, there wasn't even anything there. It seemed to already have been ransacked.
Well, look.
Besides the
bugs will eat
giant
anything
gold
in this treasure.
statues.
True.
You-
She knocked
here,
over some
you
cans.
You want treasure from it? I pull out a gold coin and give it to her. There's
Like-
your treasure.
That's a good enough tip. And puts it in a little pocket on her breast.
I'll mark off a goal.
I was gonna make
Drink
a.
up.
Oh my god, I swear to god, Brian, stop moving!
Wait, no, it's like, man, when I get tired of the oceans being polluted, I drink a nice cold can of Mountain
Dew. So you guys go back on your way.
Dr. Pepper.
You guys go back on your way, and as you guys are leaving, the manatee creatures you saw are following you as well, and you glide into the sea. They break off once you get a distance out, and you're heading back home to
I love the manatees.
the
I love the
Barbara
manatees so much.
Manatee.
oh, I'm for blanking on the name of the isle.
Me too.
Rofate.
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 Yep.
Red ape.
So yeah, you guys, that's where we're gonna end stream for now. We had a lot of lore dumped, not much battling going on. There was a lot of lore.
There wasn't any fighting going on.
Yeah.
No.
Multiple existential crises.
We still don't know what the splishy splash was about, though.
Yeah.
You still don't know what
about
that's
the
about.
squishy splash.
We'll never know. Maybe it was him just fucking with us.
It was not. I'll tell you that much. That has a meaning.
Oh,
The
I don't
splishy
like
splash
that
has a
answer.
meaning. And I'll tell you, Isa, it's not the meaning that you think it is.
Oh, I know it's not.
Yeah, it's not that meaning.
There's boots. I know it's something else.
So I'm gonna end stream here. Thank you all so much for watching. You guys did enjoy. Make sure you follow. Guys watching in the future, listen to me live from twitch.tv/CadenBop_ and youtube.com. Just go to YouTube, search CadenBop. I don't have a URL for YouTube yet, sadly. Hey, Scarface Merchant, thank you for the follow. And that is where we're gonna end for today. If you guys want any more content, go to CadenBop.com/socials. All my social medias on there: Discord, Twitter, Patreon, all that stuff. And I'll be ending stream here.